If you were to look at my face now, what can you see?
I can see an outline of hair, a bit of an oval, and nothing, because I've got a blind spot. I can't see any feature whatsoever. I've got a strong visual memory, and I can still remember in detail the faces of people I worked with 50 years ago. So now, because I tend to look back over my life, I can go through the whole of a section of 37 people and see them as clearly as if they were in front of me.
Do you feel the same person as you did when you had full vision?
I do now, but it took a while and I didn't realise that I felt a lesser person. In other words, until I went to the herbalist, because I was feeling down for whatever reason, I said to her, I don't feel the same person as I was. And she said, well, describe yourself. So I described myself, and she said, but that's how you're coming across to me. So there was a time when I felt a lesser mortal, yes. Part of this, and this is an awful thing to say, a bit of it was pride. Because it happened to me.
Would you say it's changed your, your personality?
If I go by other people, they would, I think, without a doubt, say no. It hasn't changed my personality, but it certainly, it's inhibited my ability to communicate with eye contact. I don't think that's changed my personality, because I don't think the onlooker would ever know that had happened. So they would see me as the same person I was before, I think. Although David did say once, oh Mum, I can't catch your eye about that, can I? So he had noticed. It was a joke we shared, you see, and I couldn't catch his eye. One of the biggest myths is spending Saturday afternoon in the library, looking at books, coming home with 4 books, 2 fiction, 1 psychology, 1 art, and that is an outing completely denied me. Huge, huge myth. Because I like studying and learning, I have discovered that learning through audio, through the laptop or YouTube, actually I use YouTube, it's brought my whole self-esteem up, because I'm doing what I like doing, I'm learning, and it's which was a very important part. I've always loved learning, so that section of me is back in me. So I'm much more of a whole person. Not being able to read is even worse than not seeing faces. Oh no. Not seeing faces is the worst.
Would it be easier if you just had no vision?
No. No. I have tried shutting my eyes because it's a struggle trying to see, and people say, well, forget about it, just don't try. I can never forget not being able to see because I'm with it the whole time, so that's nonsense. I would not want just to rely on a touch on the shoulder for someone to say, cheerio, I'm going. No, I would not rather be blind.
Do you believe your vision will ever be fully restored?
I know, I don't believe that. I can hope. Gosh, now we're into it, aren't we? Do I believe? This is being realistic rather than optimistic. I don't think I will live long enough. The other thing, I don't think I would be a candidate for trial. I think you would have to be a lot younger than me. If one day I live long enough and there's a huge breakthrough and I'm a candidate, I will say, why did I waste 5 years bemoaning the fact I couldn't see? So I thought, if I act as though there's hope, ridiculous as it may seem, that also helps. even though it might not happen one never say never. And I would take the risk because of my age, I suppose. If it was a risky, if my consultant was to say, would you risk it going wrong? Would you still go ahead with a stem cell? I would risk it going wrong. I would risk everything to get my sight back. It's hard. But all I know is nobody knows, which is a bit of a funny thing. No one knows that I am not being able to see them. And as long as I can still kid them, or that it doesn't feel like kidding, as long as they still think I can see, I'm not complaining really.